Hello everyone, welcome to my studio. I'm going to be doing a new series. I don't know if I'll do it once a week or once a month, but there was a challenge on YouTube initiated by Shabby Dabby Doodah, and she did 3 in 30 minutes going through the letters of the alphabet. And then a couple other YouTubers that I watch, Rachel at Roxy Creations and Gail at Gail Agostinelli. I'm sorry if I'm saying that's wrong. Anyway, I really enjoy watching them do theirs, and I just thought I love the alphabet. I love challenges. So the first letter is A, of course, in English. So we're going to do some art with acetate. Acetate can be any kind of plastic. I actually have some stencils that are made out of plastic, so I was thinking of figuring out a way to maybe incorporate those. There's acetate that packaging comes in, like a card. Some other packaging. These little self-laminating cards that you can get at stores. This is an acetate kind of pocket envelope that I might use. And then another little piece of acetate, which you can't really see because it's clear. From like a stamp set. And also, it came to mind that I thought Scotch tape is an acetate or plastic, but this, I think, to me, will be acetate as well. So I think that's the first thing I'm going to do. So I'm going to set the timer for 30 minutes and see if I can make 3 items with acetate, using acetate, in 30 minutes. Setting the timer and go. Okay, so the first thing that I wanted to do was do a thing with the tape. You can put tape on a magazine or laser printed lettering and make a transparent like tag or label, and it's good to burnish it. It comes off better, and then you just put it in some now it's gonna stick. All right, remove that. It'd be a better idea to maybe trim that off before you do all that, so you don't have the sticky tape to stick onto things. And you can even trim it after. It's probably best to trim it before you put it in the water. So I'm going to trim it a little bit. And then I have just a little bowl of hot tap water, and you just put it down in there and you let it sit there for about 5 minutes. So I'll just set that to the side, and then I'll bring that back in a minute. Okay, so for the 3 in 30, I was thinking that I would use this this ledger book that I have and just adapt it as I go. But I was thinking that way I could have a collection of all my 3 in 30 minutes in one book. And so we'll see how it goes. I'm just kind of flattening out the pages. I'm going to leave, I've already taken some pages out of here. I might take some more out, because it's going to get, since it's kind of a narrow book, as I fill it up, it's going to get wider. So I'll probably keep taking paper out as we go along, just to make it a little bit more usable and getting less bulky. So my next thing that I had forgotten that you can do with acetate is you can take this, let's see if I can put it, well, it's just a little piece of plastic from a stamp set. And my idea was that you can use it as like a little palette, and you take some distress ink or any kind of water-soluble ink, and you put it on the acetate like that, and then spray it with some water. And then you can take a tag or any kind of paper and sop up the ink. So that's pretty light. Let me wipe that off and let's try it a little darker. You can also put the ink right on the page here and get some background going on a page. Now I'm going to change over to this blue color. It's a little brighter. Let's see what happens. And I'm going to put a little less water on it this time. And then you can see how it kind of pills up. And so that would be, you can kind of take that and smush it onto your card. And it kind of just dyes and puts some color on the card. Very subtle. So that's one way to use acetate to add color to your art in kind of a watery way. I'm just going to set this aside to dry also. Okay, so we got that going. I'll dab that off a little bit. So then the other idea that I've seen other crafters do with acetate, and I think I'll use, where did it go? I'll use my my self-laminating cards, is they put pressed flowers in there. And I was thinking, what would it be like if I just put some rose petals in here? And so what you do, here's the self-laminating cards. It has how to do it on there. And so you put the adhesive side. Let me see if I can find that. This is the adhesive side. This is the non-adhesive side. And you are supposed to put a photo in here, but you lift up the side that's sticky. And then I was thinking to just drop down some rose leaves in here and make this into kind of a see-through tuck spot. Maybe I'll even put the leaves in. And so you kind of just spread them out, and they're going to stick, of course, to the sticky part. And then slowly put this back down and smush the flowers in there. And this was just another little, I forget what that goes to. Oh, I might cut it up. Well, anyway, I forget. I think maybe I was supposed to take that piece of white paper off too. I didn't follow the directions. That's what happens. So yeah, okay, let's see if I can get a part to get that out there. Oh well, I'll just leave it in there. I don't actually mind it. It kind of gives a little border there. I'll take my little ruler again. So you could take your sewing machine and sew around the edges just to give it a decorative border. I have this little sewing machine that I got at a local grocery store, Aldi's. I don't think they have it anymore. I bought it last year. But it's actually battery operated. It has a light, and you don't even have to use a presser foot. You just push this button to sew. So I'll demonstrate that. It doesn't have zigzag, so it's just straight stitching. And so it is going to be a little loud. And every time I go to use it, I think, oh, I got to push the presser foot, but I don't. I just push the on-off button. And then turn it off with the button, and then turn it. you go. A little sewing. And it even has a little cutter to trim it. So it's pretty noisy and it's pretty primitive, but it gets the job done. You can see that it kind of got some loops in the back, but for this kind of project, I'm happy with that. So, so you could use this now as a pocket, or you can make a flap like that. So that's one thing. So let's see, I'm going to count that as 1, since I'm doing 3 and 30. And let's check on our word and see how it's coming off here. So should just be able to go, yep, there it goes. You just go like that, and most of the magazine comes off. That's really fun. I love that. It always feels like a little magical moment when that happens. And let me, I had paper towel somewhere. All right. There it is. Dry that off. Okay. So now you could, it will show up on here. Okay. Let's see how it looks in the camera. So there, you can put that on, and you'd have to glue it now with some glue. So that looks really, I love that. I'm happy with that. I'm not going to glue it on right now. I'll glue it on later, but I do like that. So let's see, what else do we want to make with our acetate? Oh, one thing I wanted to show you that didn't work. Let's see, where did that go? Yeah, maybe it fell. But anyway, I tried to cut some acetate with a punch, and it got all stuck in there. So I don't recommend trying to cut your acetate with a shape punch. Let's see. So I have this card. I was thinking of making this into some kind of tag. So let's see what we can do with him, and how also we can incorporate some acetate with him. Let's see. There's my little ruler. Let's tear those words off the top. I think I'll just tear all the way around it. So we're making them smaller, but he still could go down in there. I like that. And let me turn this. Go like that. Okay. It's a little bit easier to tear if you put the larger side of the paper. I learned that online. Whoops. There you go. So I like that. And then actually with him, I think I will... Alright, well, I'm making a mess over here, so I keep losing things. Here's the cover for that. And here's this cover. Alright, then I'm just going to ink around the edges of my little owl. And while I'm doing that, I'm stalling, right? I'm thinking of what else can I do with this acetate that would be interesting. So, I don't know. Let's see. So, because I think I'll put him behind that, like that, eventually. Let's see. So one idea, this would be really simple, and maybe I'll do this on another page, is to just take this a stencil thing, the star, and you know, maybe like me, you have lots of stencils that you've collected over time, and you might even have doubles of something. So I'm trying to see which ones, even like that's kind of cool. It says today, and I'm pretty sure I have duplicates of that. Let me just look through real quick. And even if I don't, I've used these, and they've served their purpose. And there's another one that says happy. And there's also this one that has a heart on it. So I was thinking that might be cool, and you could paint it with acrylic. Where's, see here, or how about some of this little stickle. So we'll use this as our feature. And put little stickles on here and give it some, because since it's kind of got, it's tinted green, it shows up on the page all right. So I'm happy about that. Okay, so now this is going to be really a simple one. I'm going to still count it. I'm also thinking maybe to put a little bit of washi tape on it for a border. Some washi tape here. Got this one. It's pretty. And put that just like that. Oops, I got my hand in it. That's alright. And so then you gotta let that dry. But this would make a nice little tuck spot. And I'm not going to use the star. I'll put that back. So we'll count this one as number 2. And you could either put it on with a paper clip like that. Alright, I like that. And then you could stick, you could also, I think I'll staple it. You could staple it in. Just so that it'll be better to put something behind there. I'm looking around to see what I have to possibly put behind it. Okay, so I like that. Move this to the side. So that's 2 things. I'll have to let that dry. Let's see, where did something go that I could put behind there? Here we go. Things. I got some little cards. I got this little trailer that could go there. Whoops, and now I got glitter on my car. You guys saw that coming, didn't you? Alright. So. And that'll be fun. So, you can either have the word showing or... So there, you can put something like that in there. You can put a postcard in there. You put a robot in there. So those are some different cards that I could do. So that's just showing you how you can make this. Just take a stencil that you haven't used or that you don't think you're going to use and add it to your page as a little tuck spot. Put a little more glitter on here. Okay. So we got 2. What are we going to do for the 3rd thing? I mean, I did show you how to put the ink on that other thing, but alright, now I'm gonna be using some acetate to cover this, I think. So we can get back to the first page because I'm going to put this in here, and I'm just going to use some glue. Sometimes I've noticed, though, that white glue doesn't really hold plastic things down, so I might have to come back and put some other kind of glue on it, but for now I'm just going to use this white glue. It's smooshing down. And it'll dry clear. So, let's see, what else could I do? I guess really I did do 3 or 4 things already because I did that piece of tape thing too. I'll hold that there for a second. Let me see how much time has elapsed. Okay, well we're about more than halfway. Still got 12 minutes to go. And of course, then we gotta wait for things to dry. Well, let me set this aside to dry, and we'll see if we can make something with our tag and acetate. Okay. So here's our tag, and I'm thinking maybe a simple idea. I know that we've seen this before with people is to just make a make a stencil out of acetate. Make your own stencil. So cut out the heart shape, and then we could go in and stencil a heart on there. And let's see, what color paint do I use? Use some neon pink. And I don't think I have a sponge thing right now, so we'll try it with the paintbrush instead. And there you go. Got a cute little heart on there. So that's fun. Fun, fun. All right, what else can we do? Can we use these little hearts anyway? Oh, I got an idea. Let's put some letters on there. See if I can find. There we go. B. And again, you could probably glue these, but I'm going to staple because it's handy. Okay, here we go. And then you could just put that right on top. I wonder if it would show up better on like a dark background. Let's see. I got this little journal over here. You can't really see the shape of the heart, but I guess you could outline it with a pen or something. You could also make that a little mini pocket, or tape it on with some washi. Let's try that. Yep, I'm liking there. That's fun. And then maybe a little bit more. And then what kind of little card or something could we put inside there? Aha! Well, here I've got this tag that says "Be You." You can also put it that way. And got a little pocket. I wonder if I have one. Oh, here's a different tag. Let's try this one. It doesn't have any words since I've already got B on there. It's a nice profile. So let's see. This is kind of a glossy tag, but let's try our little thing again with inking it up using acetate. Where'd my thing go? Alright, well, we'll use this piece of acetate. Well, let's try something different. Let's use this piece of acetate, this heart, and see if we can make a little heart stamp, or shape of a heart. So there's a little bit of ink on that heart. Again, very subtle. Let's see if I can get the idea of it onto my tag. That's not bad. Let's do it on a bigger tag. Okay. Goes again. Okay. Oh, that's fun. So you can make a stamp also. So let's go back to this little guy. And it's a little damp because this is a glossy tag. Oh, okay, I'm getting under there. So you could change out the strings on your tags. You could add some more detail, but I'm kind of liking this simple look. Let's see what else we can do just to kind of pop these up a little bit. Take some of this in this dry brush. Pink and blue looks pretty together. Alright, okay, let that dry. I don't want to turn on the heat gun because it's so loud. Alright, let's see what else I can add here. So we could go with, blue, pencil. I got 3 different colors of Stabilo. And I want to go with navy or black. Or just pencil. I think I'll go with the pencil look. Just kind of go around it like that. And then get a little paintbrush here. Just a little water. Let's see, where's some water? There's some water. And just let that release a little to soften it. And then let's see, let's put a little bit of shadow on this one. Yeah. And then I kind of want to color that, the word B a little bit. Let's see if we can take some, add some blue from the ink pad. Just taking the brush and getting some color on it. Stand out a little bit more. And also, this isn't very sharp. Do I want it sharper? Here we go. Let's put a little bit of black on it. Well, I think we're almost to our 30 minutes here. Oh, it's not getting wet. Alright. Okay. So I think we will call this done. We used acetate to make a stencil, to make a little pocket. We used it to get color on our card. We did the word thing with the tape. We need a couple different tuck spots. Move these out of the way. So I'm thinking we had a really nice first time out at the 30 on 30, 3 and 30. Okay, I gotta move my stuff here out of the way so we can look at what we did. So I got these 3 tags, and I didn't really do anything with the owl, but I like him, and I think he looks good with that. So let me get this back up here in frame. Yep. All right. And it, see, it's almost 30 minutes. All right. So that is glued there. I'm going to just let that be, and then I'll decide if I want to glue it down more or staple it or something like that. And then on the second one, we made this tuck spot. And then, okay, sticky. Oh, look at, I made a heart on there. That's fun. So you never know what your little, I might cut that out later and use it. You never know what your little experiments are going to come up with. And then I like that card there. And that's the beginning of our 3 and 30. Thanks for watching. See you next time for letter B.